So this should be a short one, but I didn't think it was appropriate to include this with like the electron transport chain. This is just sort of the end of the chapter, which talks about the fates of things other than just pure glucose. So different nutrients and their derivatives can be channeled through different pathways in accordance with the need of an organism. So things can be turned into glucose, or things can be turned into other components that your body might need at the time. So different things can be used to turn into glucose to create energy, or you can also create nucleic acids, or you can create different proteins or amino acids. And we'll talk about that here. So proteins and lipids enter the metabolic pathway for ATP production at different points than glucose does. Or like Yoda might say, than does glucose. I don't know why I phrased it that way. But we'll talk about that. I'll show you a nice picture here in a second. So basically, you know, your food, you're going to get proteins, carbohydrates, fats. Nucleic acids aren't on here. Those are that's the only of the 4 biomolecules we're missing, right? But don't necessarily worry about that. You are eating those as well. So your proteins, you think about when you eat a protein, proteins are made out of amino acids, right? You can break down a protein into its component amino acids. And sometimes those can go directly into into glycolysis. Okay, those things can be turned into glucose, basically subproducts. So when we were looking at glycolysis, there were all of those various steps, and I said not to worry about them. I still don't want you to worry about them, but just know that you can take amino acids and you can turn them into some of the things that glucose will break down into. The same thing can be said of glycerol. It can be put straight into glycolysis here. Amino acids can also be put into this intermediate step between pyruvic acid and the Krebs cycle. Same can be said for fatty acids. Okay. A major component of the breakdown of proteins is ammonia. Okay, you're going to see this being expelled a lot of times in urine because NH3, ammonia is really difficult for your body to actually deal with. It's very difficult for your body to sort of process that and get rid of it. But that's one of the things that can happen here with amino acids. You wind up with a whole bunch of nitrogen because of how amino acids are structured. So glycerol can come in here straight into this product of glycolysis. Fatty acids can be dropped down here straight into this intermediate step right before the Krebs cycle. I just wanted you to see that you don't have to just eat glucose in order to make energy. You don't have to just eat one thing in order to create all of these various byproducts, and all of these things can be put into the creation of energy basically by manipulating them, by moving around chemicals such that you can use them to create energy here at the end.